Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk Wrestling. I am your host Boyze, and this is Stomping Ground 2019 predictions video. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look at every single match on the card, and I'm going to give you my predictions on who's going to win. I might even throw in some fantasy booking in there as well. But if you do like these videos, if you do like our content here at Smack Talk Wrestling, please like, subscribe and press that bell to keep notified. Now that all said and done, let's hit the music and let's get on with the predictions video. First things first, let's look at the Cruiserweight match. This is Tony Nese defending his title against Tozawa and Gulak. I think this is going to be an absolutely fantastic match. All three men are absolutely fantastic on 205. 205 for me is a hidden gem on the WWE network. If you're not watching 205, I suggest watching it. I know Raw and SmackDown have been quite disappointing lately, but if you watch like 205, NXT, NXT UK, there is brilliant wrestling still coming out of WWE right now. And this match here, I'm actually super excited about. It's really difficult to see who I would think would go on to win the title, because now the 205 title, I would say, is at the same level as the NXT Championship. So, you know, usually like guys like Alexander, Murphy, they kind of elevated themselves at a level on the 205 brand to get pulled into the main rosters of Raw and SmackDown. Yes, they haven't been used, but they are there now. They're on Raw and SmackDown, at least on the roster side. So for me, I think Tony Nese has been okay. Like I keep saying, he's good at chasing the title, but I just now that he is the champion, I've been saying I like him less. I don't think he is as good as others who have held the title. I think Murphy and Alexander, those two were fantastic Cruiserweight champions. I think Nese is a good champion, but I just don't think he's at that level like Murphy or, you know, Alexander. So for me, I'm going to go with a guy I think should have held the title. He should have held it by now, but hasn't had the opportunity. Well, he's had the opportunities, but he just hasn't been able to capitalise on that. And I'm going to go with Drew Gulak. I think he is, for me, the guy who should be running 205. He is that one superstar. I think you love to hate him and you hate to like him. That's how good he is. So yeah, I'm going for Gulak to claim the Cruiserweight Championship. Next up, we're going to look at the tag team match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Big E and Xavier Woods. I kind of feel like I've been seeing this match too often on TV. You kind of see it a lot lately. It's either Kofi with Big E taking on Sami and KO, or Kofi with Xavier Woods taking on KO and Sami. And Kofi's not in this one. Big E and Xavier Woods are teaming up for this one. You know, two members of a New Day. I honestly don't really. I know that this sounds bad. I'm a massive KO fan, and KO is my favourite wrestler. But I don't care about this match. I don't care about the feud between New Day and KO and Sami Zayn. I think it's actually a waste of time for both KO and Sami Zayn, to be honest with you. Big E, I know it's Big E's big. You know, he's just recently returned, and you know it's good to have Big E back. I like Big E, but do I really want to see this match again in this kind of way? Not really. So I'm going to go with Big E and Xavier Woods because, aka, Big E's just come back from injury. WWE are going to have that feel-good moment and give it to the New Day. So like I said, I'm not really fussed about this one, but yeah, I'm going with Big E and Xavier Woods. Next up, I'm going to look at the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match between the Planet's champions, Rowan and Daniel Bryan, taking on the new team. Well, the new team to SmackDown Live, Heavy Machinery. I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. I'm excited to see how Heavy Machinery cope on probably the biggest stage they've ever competed at. So this will be interesting. I think Heavy Machinery are a good team to take on Daniel Bryan and Rowan for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I think they are capable enough and fun enough to watch. And, you know, even if they lose to Daniel Bryan and Rowan, I think having that type of match, if they have a fantastic match, it doesn't matter if they win or lose. I think they will still come out looking fantastic. So I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan and Rowan. I think that's the safest option. I think they really do need to rebuild the SmackDown Tag Team division, since it's been absolutely decimated since the Superstar shake-up. So for me, I'm hoping Daniel Bryan and Rowan can go on and continue being SmackDown Tag Team Champions and help rebuild SmackDown Tag Team division at the same time. Next up, we've got the United States Championship match between Samoa Joe and Ricochet. This one is a match which hasn't really had much time to build on the feud. Ricochet won the Fatal 5-Way elimination match between himself, Braun Strowman, The Miz, Cesaro, and Bobby Lashley. I'm looking forward to this. I know these two will have a fantastic match. I honestly think this is going to be a start of a feud for the two. So leading on for Ricochet to win the title possibly at the next pay-per-view. I think Extreme Rules. I think if we can get a really cool little stipulation match between Joe and Ricochet at Extreme Rules, that would be fantastic. But for this match itself, I'm going to go with Samoa Joe. I think they're going to keep the title on him to the next pay-per-view and then have him lose it to Ricochet in a stipulation type of match. So yeah, Samoa Joe to win. Next up, we've got Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. I honestly don't want to see this match again. I've seen it already. I saw it at WrestleMania. We've had Roman kind of feud with Shane. Obviously Drew got involved in that one. And now we're back at Roman versus Drew yet again. They're making it sound like it is a new feud. It really isn't. We had it straight away when Roman came back. And now, again, we're going back with this one. I'm going Roman. Drew McIntyre is great. Drew McIntyre should be challenging for the Universal title, not Baron Corbin. And yet I'm getting Roman versus Drew McIntyre again. Why? And again, I'm going on a little rant. Why is Roman Reigns focusing more time on Raw than he is on SmackDown, when apparently he's a SmackDown superstar? I keep saying it, I keep ranting about it. Nothing's going to change. I'm just complaining because I feel like I should complain. But yeah, I don't think anyone's looking forward to seeing this match. And if they are, my God, why? You just go onto the network, watch WrestleMania, watch Roman versus Drew. So yeah, I'm going Roman. The big dog's not going to lose, is he? And there we go. Next up, we have the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Bayley, the champion, taking on the #1 contender, Alexa Bliss. This is, for me, been the best feud leading into Stomping Grounds. I think the promos and everything with Alexa Bliss and Bayley has been really entertaining. I think both women just know how to click. They have that chemistry, and this is definitely, like I keep saying to people, is a much better feud than what we got last time when Bayley was the Raw Women's Champion and Alexa Bliss was the #1 contender. Bayley came across really weak, a very super weak champion after beating Charlotte for the Raw Women's Championship, and then straight away losing out to Alexa Bliss in such dumbass ways. It was pathetic. This time round, it's actually entertaining. Both women have really honed themselves. Alexa Bliss has become a multiple time women's champion throughout that time. Bayley, she was, Raw Women's Champion once and Tag Team Champion, and now she's a SmackDown Women's Champion. So I think both women are at a level. I think this is the best we've seen of Bayley since her call up from NXT as well. I'm going to go with Bayley. I like what they're doing with Bayley. I think as well with Alexa Bliss being a Raw member, it's difficult for her to go from being a Raw member going to SmackDown every week. It's double duty. We saw it didn't really work with Becky Lynch as much, and she was both SmackDown and Raw Women's Champion, so she had to be there. With Alexa Bliss, if she was going to do it, they would have to permanently move her to SmackDown Live, in my opinion. But yeah, I am going with Bayley for this one. Again, I don't mind the wildcard stipulation being involved in this because the actual feud comes across really well. The only thing which annoys me is Alexa should be on SmackDown. She should be. The SmackDown Women's Division is a lot more depth to it than what we're getting on the Raw brand right now. Next up, we're going to look at the Raw Women's Championship match. This is Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch, a rematch from Money in the Bank. I'm going Becky Lynch. She's still super over. Everyone loves the man, and to be honest with you guys, Lacey Evans is great. I think she's gotten better since Money in the Bank. I think they've really honed, kind of tried to start finally develop her character instead of just being Charlotte 2.0. But yeah, for me, she's very entertaining as a heel. But do I see that she's ready to be a women's champion? Not yet. I think it's way too soon for someone like that. Because let's be honest, Lacey never held gold in NXT. She came up to the main roster and she pretty much got herself inserted straight away into title matches because they needed someone. They needed a big heel like that to take that spot. Because let's be honest, Raw's women's division is non-existent apart from Becky and a handful of others. But yeah, I'm hoping this is the end of their feud. I honestly want to see someone like Ruby Riott challenging for the Raw Women's title next. I think Ruby is underrated. She's a great talent, and I think she's definitely someone who's done her time now. She's done her time. If they can build it up after this match, I'll get Ruby to somehow get involved in the match at Stomping Grounds. That could be interesting. And then have stipulation match. I would like to see that. But yeah, I'm going to go Becky Lynch to retain her Raw Women's title. Next up, a match I'm actually really excited to see, but I'm hoping this is the end of a feud as well. Again, I keep saying I'm hoping these are the end of these feuds because a lot of the feuds we're going into this pay-per-view haven't been fantastic. But Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler in a steel cage match. My God, I love steel cage matches. I like Hell in a Cell matches, steel cage matches, Elimination Chamber match. Anything where you got two wrestlers in a cage in some way is just brilliant. And the steel cage match for me is going to be absolutely entertaining. I think Kofi and Dolph, it's just they've got chemistry. Even in Saudi Arabia, it wasn't even a great match, but they still had possibly one of the better matches on the show at Super Showdown. And I think this adding the cage stipulation so no one can run it. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Shane O'Mac, rumours have that one. Who knows? If Shane somehow gets involved in the Dolph Kofi thing, I hope to God that doesn't happen. But if it does, it could make it a slightly more, add a little bit more spice to the match. The match itself, I'm looking forward to the most. I think it's going to be Kofi. I want to see Kofi retain. I think Kofi Mania is still running, but I can't see Kofi dropping it until SummerSlam. I honestly, it doesn't matter who's next #1 contender, but I just can't see Kofi dropping the title anytime soon. And last but not least, most likely the main event of the night, it is Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin with a special guest referee to be determined on the night, I'm guessing. When this was announced that we're going to have a rematch from Super Showdown, and I watched the highlights, there wasn't very much between Seth and Baron Corbin. I was not looking forward to it, but Seth has managed to make the build-up of this match a little bit more bearable since he's been just going out and destroying everyone with a steel chair. I like it. I like that Mark Henry described him as like an edge-like when Seth was attacking people. I agree. I totally agree. I could see Seth very much emulating an inner edge character there. Do I think Corbin's ever going to be? I hope to God not. Good guy to get heat for. He's fantastic. In-ring ability, I honestly keep saying Baron does improve. He is one of the most improved superstars on the roster. But no, I don't want to see him as Universal Champion. Not yet. In a few, give him a year, another year where he can continue building up more heat and really, again, increasing his ability in the ring. Then yes, Baron Corbin could be at some point a great heel champion to have on Raw. But I just can't see Seth dropping the belt to anyone like him. The only people I could really see Seth dropping the belt to, realistically, is Brock Lesnar. Maybe if he cashes in, that's always going to be. I've got a feeling Paul Heyman's going to get involved in some way. I keep saying someone's going to get involved in these matches. I hope to God we do. I hope we get stuff happen because we need it. But yeah, I'm going to go with Seth. I'm going for Seth to retain the Universal title. And there you go, guys. Those are my predictions for Stomping Grounds 2019. Am I looking forward to the pay-per-view? Not really. It's one of those really low card pay-per-views where I think if you missed it, you really aren't going to miss too much. So for me, yeah, I'm going to watch it. Obviously, I'm going to watch it. I'll do my review on it on possibly Monday. But yeah, I'm not 100% convinced that this pay-per-view is really needed right now. But what are your guys' predictions for Stomping Grounds? Are you going to watch it? Are you not going to watch it? Are you just going to watch the highlights? Let me know in the comments below. And like I said at the start of the video, if you do like our content here, please like, subscribe, and press that bell to keep notified. And if you want to follow us on the old Twitter, it's at SmackTalk YouTube. That's a U and a tube. And if you want to follow me on the old Twitter, it's at Boyze88. And I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling Predictions.